there.
BeastMaster rules the jungle. That guy that's so nasty. Oh.
Yeah, it's that nasty guy.
No.
The BeastMaster!
Master. Okay, Beast.
Look at those claws.
Boy.
I just hope when it's all said and done and our bodies turn to dust that there's some Lucian ship hero sculptures to dig up by future civilizations. Archaeologists to study this with several suffering succotash brow swipes. I aim for the target with the spirit of my palm for leverage. Even when I'm gone, I got my close friends' music on. I'm tired of the tired tightrope walkers with their tippy toes. It's just a sprain, twist and tilt, broken. The claws seem to grow themselves. Big harder, faster, big harder, faster, big harder, faster, stronger. We're big harder, faster, big harder, faster, big harder, faster, stronger. We're big harder, faster, big harder, faster, big harder, faster, stronger. We're big harder, faster, big harder, faster, big harder, faster, stronger. Believe me, I fidget and nod. Through destruction comes a Boy Scout's oath. This pre-master cycle, suck chainless bicycle. Tireless since the blue face birthed the curse to create, intimidate, and uncomfortably exchange words in a format where my legs cross like I'm serious, nothing delirious, and the terror cult insult and run my fingers on the chalkboard. Bored of you and them, condescending as they blend into every single thing you've ever heard. It's the same old bird. Have you ever bled from your eyes? I'll teach you how. Doesn't hurt a bit, more of a psychic trick to blind you for a second, then you're back to stare at every ugly thing that has ever surrounded your universe until you get so sick you realize it's beautiful. And you've been an asshole all this time. It's never too late to clean the slate, exterminate. But roaches, beetles, ants, and walking sticks are stinking cute. Shoot, this ladder's got a lot of steps and the vacuum hasn't quite sucked me in. So I'll sit here and spin, spin, spin. It's the thing we all do together, whether you know it or not. Rain or shine, hail, sleet, and snow, spinning as we grow, grow, grow. All together, hope you've got a good strong hold on your special little mold, because I broke free, and it's just me. Big harder, faster, big harder, faster, big harder, faster, stronger. We're big harder, faster, big harder, faster, big harder, faster, stronger. We're big harder, faster, big harder, faster, big harder, faster, stronger. We're big harder, faster, big harder, faster, big harder, faster, stronger. Lean in a little closer, I can't hear your cleaver vehicle. Misled since cereal, this material possession, passionately aggressive. Come one, come all. The fall is worth the scrapes, and believe me, we have some bottles to ease all that pain. Claim nothing but to improve with time and never give in. Even after we're gone, the fire burns high in Margaret's backyard. Marauder with a leather mask, oh, he's just a puppy dog. Looks can be deceiving. Mildew, back. Babel Fishh is at the sawmill, he's trapped. Semantics a visitor, and I feel regal to the ritual. Edison, please don't kill that gas lamp to light the way home. Motionless with the Olsen twins, Tycho.
You know, they show me you like unzipping the top of your head and stepping out, and it's like really a re-emergence for you, like a rebirth.
Yeah.
Yeah. So that's what I have to say about that.
This message is a tongue in a bottle screaming silence. This message is a silent tongue screaming anxious. I'm not ready and may never be capable of sanity. Sincerely signed, I guess you could say I've been lost. This message is a tongue in a bottle screaming silence. This message is a silent tongue screaming anxious. I'm not ready and may never be capable of sanity. Sincerely signed, I guess you could say I've been lost. Well, I'm willing to cut my losses in the kink of crawlers, crap-handed than heathens and hawks to correspond my lost cause. Better will to street-hand at the gamble that references are better left unwritten. In a sandy pit of prepubescence, the scent of a woman burned too tough to turn the reader to the classified. This basket case curls up under the fetal to suck on a tit, like all the bleeding eagles, zoo-bound buccaneer beetle queens. Cried to the locusts in the night. A dime couldn't help any more than a crime size over. My physical apparition's fiction. The abolition trades no man a vision for a dream. This demolition head kick to the gut of the way I thrust. The architect of disgust. This slew of a shipwreck to snip to the neck. Tuck away spilled spots of ink to block my sphinx and increase over the beast that unleashed these chains wrapped around my throat, drowning down the flow of thought and equitus. I apologize for the ring's memories and acquisitionless golden gloves. Don't listen to big mouses, we all live in hollow houses. Call it a roof over my half-dead head. When the clock strikes 12 and the ground begins to melt at the bottoms of our echoes, the first to stem. This message is a tongue in a bottle screaming silence. This message is a silent tongue screaming anxious. I'm not ready, may never be capable of sanity. Sincerely signed, I guess you could say I've been lost. Monogamous squirter, the sure cure drip salvage from my heart, thrusting flail. Pale people ponder your catches rye wriggle. Big bonanza breath, talk too much, cleaner class, corporate, no projection. Hidden objects are always dusty, rusty, and screwed. My salutations are honorable, feed from my hand, but no bite too big to swallow a mouthful. Famous installments of vivid, dead, and red. Improperly, the softer cushion caused collateral damage. In too deep expired leverage, the coverage of cleanliness. Cloud of face of no fulcrum. Suture joints don't smoke, broken in a pale blue moon sunk over a half-eaten hill in the small part of my mind. Rhinestone cowboy, burn the bedazzler, be done with old creation. My new presentation shall be ill-minded and known that no judgment shall change how I feel. Only pause the moment of ourselves. This message is a tongue in a bottle screaming silence. This message is a silent tongue screaming anxious. I'm not ready, it may never be capable of sanity. Sincerely signed, I guess you could say I've been lost. Don't listen to big mouses, we all live in hollow houses. Call it a roof over my half-dead head. When the clock strikes 12 and the ground begins to melt, at the bottom of our echoes, the first to stem. Pick me all apart, throw it all away. We play mixed meat in the hearts of these graves. Pick me all apart, throw it all away. We play mixed meat in the hearts of these graves.
I don't know. Drugs are out, sex is out, politics are out. Everything is on hold. I mean, we definitely need something new. Just keep waiting for some new voice to come out of somewhere. Just say, hey, wait a second, what is wrong with this picture? Just take a look around. This is the answer to everything.
While my heart runs on patience, I chase the whiskey's fire. Girls, guns, Capri Sun like a small child. Eager to learn questions as a lubricant. Slip and slid off half dome to parachute across crossbones bent. Beliefs, looking at the painting jar. Circle into the vision of able bodies, bodies, take advanced lock quarters. Burner my barrel with Stephen Hawking clothing. Long lashed gas with giggly attachments, satchels with 7 lies. Sworn beneath your covers, claws bigger than cleavers. Cloaking mischievous metaphors, lost a flame, lost the guessing game. Digging myself a grave, the end is near. Holes in the ground appear, running for my life like I was ready. Skies blackening, cake covers my hand into the wand of a wrinkly man holding the future in his palm. My flight sank deep into the abyss, blindfolded open arms, thorns and blackberry patches, edible elongations and gashes. My last lap passed black to nothing, silent in this day of tears. Fear nothing, for expected is here. Horns and all with wheels for easy mobility, spinning tire claws on a one-legged mask. That portrait of all you'll ever see when you look back in the mirror and see me. Mirror, see me. Mirror, see me. Mirror, see me. Reflections for the election of expelled collateral, detrimental, dampening depths to reveal the truth so shallow. Reflections for the election of expelled collateral, detrimental, dampening depths to reveal the truth so shallow. Together to follow the road of stone, carved from gifts of ancient homes. I live for answers, questions of a flown cuckoo through the window of the nest, formed in the hair above the cranium where they slept. Wood chips and Chernobyl's stern kick to the belly of the man whose beliefs were not accepted. Lucky for him, today's culture expects it. Rest in pieces under a waking life. Professional dummies cycling on run, honey, run. Something will catch you in the night. Embrace your body tight, release you when it's right. Girls, guns, and glitter. Girls, guns, Capri Sun. Girls, guns, and glitter. Girls, guns, Capri Sun. Girls, guns, and glitter. Girls, guns, Capri Sun. Glitter. Girls, guns, and glitter. Girls, guns, Capri Sun. 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 Glitter. Capri Sun, glitter. The landscape that lies before your fate depicts a world to make believe where candles burn to blow out and bells ring to sting the ears of the pardon. Disaster is a simple matter of dealing with it, and yourself is only seen in the waters of placid lakes. To stir up simplicity and supple serenity, squeeze out the juices and generously evolve into human reflections for the election of expelled collateral, detrimental, dampening depths to reveal the truth so shallow. Awkward cat face, crunchy, a stunt to stem stomach aches and regurgitate fake. I will always take the little crapshoot and of an award for smallest wings, big gipper, partial peeler, a real rucksack filled with your favorite pals. Pulp made free, a frozen fish stick. Look, it's a prick for a prize to the world's true #1 dipshit. We all won, comma dash colon. That's it. document dead, life on a loop, laid to rest on a cutting board, carved out portion of our insides, line work, tangled us and tortured out of habit, acting passive as I can without logics of a cloud's gap, corners of a home out close, hidden where I thought it was. I started losing structure as a small one, sliding down the banisters or swinging on the limbs of foul youth terror. It's grown without a motive or detrimental subject. The timing of escape was well needed. I leak into form. If it was my breath that I held on to, maybe that would be an explanation. But for now, it's the close words of friends that keep me bound to the pushing veins I can't fill up with more than anxiety and failing wet. This is my trialing cycle, slit at all ends. I pretend it isn't real, and then I fall asleep sitting up. Electric cave person working in a charcoal mine town dies of old lungs as they board up the entrance. There's fragments of this littered behind me in my traveling booklet. I talk like it's my innocence holding me back for the better.
Affording a rising tide to break the bank. The sun is sitting a burning bridge with only moments. Cold the song entitled again. Burning a rising tide, the sea to form the storm. Invisible warning, cold the song entitled in the sun it sinks again. Affording a rising tide to break the bank. The sun is sitting a burning bridge with only moments. Cold the song entitled again. Burning a rising tide, the sea to form the storm. Invisible warning, cold the song entitled in the sun it sinks again.
To all my hillsides with special yellow spots, old and ancient as they cast their stolen gazes, pages on mistreated stone columns, solemn to some, soul seeking a handshake with a cheek kiss, body slam sleeper. Let's take one for the train trip, neck slip, puppy prop, deep cough of cigarettes, road to security. Miss you when I'm gone, and them when I'm here. The strings can't tie us together if the weather is scissors. These bones ache, these hopes are fake, and the hook to lure the future is not falling into the silence until the cows come home. This shepherd will saddle up. The hustle can't outlast the lost quotes of a float along shipwreck. Preoccupied porcupine protector, infector disconcern, make it a better hit in the deader, the reader, the writer, typewriter, light about a bitter is stitched. The winter, and we're not here.
One, two, three, it's a pizza tree, pizza tree, pizza tree. 1, 2, 3, it's a pizza tree, pizza tree, pizza tree. First you lay that bread out, then you smear that sauce on, sprinkle that cheese, time for the topping, spinach, mushroom, tomato, basil, garlic, 350 degrees, cook that shit till it's crisp. 1, 2, 3, pizza tree, pizza tree, pizza tree, pizza tree, pizza tree, pizza tree, pizza. 1, 2, 3, it's a pizza tree, pizza tree, pizza tree. 1, 2, 3, it's a pizza tree, pizza tree, pizza tree. First you lay that bread out, then you smear that sauce on, sauce on, sauce on. Then you smear that sauce on, sprinkle that cheese, sprinkle that cheese, sprinkle that cheese, sprinkle that cheese. Time for the toppings, you choose. Time for the toppings, you choose. 350 degrees, cook that shit till it's crisp. Cook that shit till it's crisp. Cook that shit till it's crisp. 1, 2, 3, it's pizza tree, pizza tree, pizza tree. 1, 2, 3, it's pizza tree, pizza tree, pizza tree. 1, 2, 3, it's pizza tree, pizza tree, pizza tree, pizza tree.
The green rooftop picked to surround a green dense portrait of flagging wind underneath the water of a ripple looking beyond the gates, a contemporary looking civilization. The stones took long to collect and longer to build as the majesties pointed in a glass case eaten by spiders to lay upon their eggs. The unseen self is not a dungeon of repressed ideas and feelings, dangerous to behold but the fountain's head of individuals' existence upon which our present physical survival is dependent. And I'm beginning to know it's all an open bag in a corner.
Just another gag to collect phlegm in this red cave and project. Been a while, a trial of fins, delicate mittens to graze through these fields of fence porches. Gain as I taste the shore saltiness. Kick up pretentious glares. Not my picnic, call me the ant, not your relative. Probably the thief in the middle of the Maydays. Creation is questioned us again. I'll take all the time in this life to make you lick it up. Even if you're tongueless and more stubborn than I was taught to be. I'll lead along on a short leash. This little stranger will haunt you, partially impossible like the hair on his face. Once again in human form, smiles cross his lips. Through the crack in his teeth, overgrown and slept on, stumbling toward the mausoleum, walking through the threshold with hope. In his arms so cold-hearted, he can feel the chill on his neck.
he can feel the chill on his neck. I've been here before, and if I can't get it done this time, then I'll be here again. All the stars that project my friends. All the stars, my friends. He's injured, open the window, the foul-smelling minutes linger. A half-dressed torch, not enough to light the way it looked deserted. Heed the warning, the fingers cover everything, and this little piggy's near the river with a sketch to help you remember. Carved into the tree trunk, handle made of pearl. Significant children are hiding, they don't want to be found in this world. A dress to distract the skin can be too strong at times, but if I restrain, I'll find the diamond in the sand. A rough, gentle flower growing in all the sewage. No nutritional facts, an antioxidant to greet you and me in a respirator type of week. Staining countertops so the rest can eat off a reflection of their own greed. In the weight of the evidence gathered by this organization, we are forced to consume. We are forced to consume. Desperate Otto, a fingernail away. 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 And the sideways dripping, 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 dripping. Trains can only take us so far, but two trains can re-establish who we are.
And you've had him hang a few times. In past life, because I'm seeing some fear in the neck area, and I have a feeling you might have had to hang a few times. I'm telling you, that's where your soul might fight notoriety or being out in the forefront in this lifetime, because you're like, oh my God, they're gonna get me again.
Goodbye isn't quite what it seems. Heart plate buffet, wake up dreams. When you're drowning, you can't stand up. It's shallow waters that make you corrupt. We avoid the happy life, slowly gripped around this knife. Whose honor is made of life? Ours and yours, for silence is right. And when you look up at your knight, he stands there without a fight. His blade is ready to take flight. In your arms would not be right. Each stone was placed there to keep us sight. No bars in the inside, outside's tight. What's a trick without deceit? What we all want will never be reached.
She stays in a castle of her own making, fools in the courtyard with a jester or two. Though the walls are made of stone, they're always shaking. She answers to no one for what she don't do. And the must go.
I like these calm little moments before the storm. The storm. The storm.
Now it's time to destroy it all. Understand to whom we are. Deception is short but sweet. A deep leap to see this feat. Collections of objects on walls. Seems like she would travel far. Everyone knows that they were gifts from the client's paws I shift. Just a moment of her time would make her travels redeem mine. But submissions fall to these signs. I'm an empty canvas, remind. I shall wait till these end lines and walk away with my back turned. Summons to the man she never heard, but he won't listen or wait any longer. The alone man can see tomorrow.
הכוכבים.
This is about the hardest song mustard to spit from this chipped tooth. What kills me is killing you in a way that no one will ever know. Probably a better way to die than if you were in jail after they found out what you do to daughter and sister types on the outside. All started on this I-5 stretch of who wants to live here anyway. I found out that all I had assumed was wrong. The tears welled up in a knowledge so far past knowing that all that's left is closing, hoping the next step is simple. But I don't think it will be. I will destroy you, implore to explode the inside of how your muscles stick to that skin as I hold you down and gag that mouth sound. Your duct tape limbs can barely even flail as I gently start removing the tail between those walkers that help you get inside the helpless bodies of future scholars. Tossing aside meat on your plate, now I take yours as true fate. I know her spirit had ascended while you were in a town, but I could give a shit, you're in mine now. See those talents? So it's a handy new glove I made for removing the blankets to keep you safe while I hold your face in the sand. It's called payback, and in a sense I couldn't do enough. So many plans get you caught in the act, get you beaten to a pulp on my pack. Leave a swollen pus of filth on that smirk. Don't you dare take another cry for help. You're now like the ones who had to learn. It's not their fault. Some people are born to teach the small ones that life's a bitch, and too young of an age to realize it's their choice to open themselves, and your violation will get you limbless. It's hopeless. Have you ever imagined having all your skin removed and being dragged through a narrow desert road by the back of a trailer hitch? Oh, those knots won't come undone. I'm sure, my son, you're a thief that creepily creeps into the deep, and when your life leaks can be found in the back patio of God's home. He never sees because the people left here don't deserve to breathe. I wish I could have held her after the thunder struck. I still imagine the cradle you crushed inside your hunt. I wish I could have held her after the thunder struck. I still imagine the cradle you crushed inside your hunt. Now that we're alone, my finale will strike it home. I know this hole is dug deep enough, and the sound of yourself screaming as your flesh was cut was worse than the action. I'm gonna soften you up with this stick. I found it, it won't hurt a bit. Bludgeon, sick, sore, aching, let's stop the bleeding with this gauze. Hey, you look like a mummy, it's not even Halloween. Oh, you're so crazy, let you free? Exactly, have you ever seen a serrated edge? Kinda like a saw, but sharp enough to cut a can. It's going straight into your land, up your ass and through every vertebrae up to the C3, gutting you in the most painful way. Hope you believe in something because it's your judgment day. When the twitching stops and I realize what I've done, all that's left is to play with your guts and toss you in your resting place. No one will ever see your face. Hope you got some Kmart portraits this year. I like our long talk today, and your fear made me wonder why you would instill the tears to others. Oh fuck it, now it's time to wash these hands from Payback's demands. I wish I could have held her after the thunder struck. I still imagine the cradle you crushed inside your hunt. I wish I could have held her after the thunder struck. I still imagine the cradle you crushed inside your hunt. I wish I could have held her after the thunder struck. I still imagine the cradle you crushed inside your hunt. I wish I could have held her after the thunder struck.
You should never, you should never, you should never traumatize a woman sexually. I should know. I'm a medical doctor. You should never traumatize. You should quit. You should quit. You should quit traumatizing women with sexual intercourse. I should know. I'm a medical doctor. I own a mansion and a yacht.
And we're falling out of line, and the line becomes the winter housing in our open chest, and the rest is thin forever. And we're falling out of line, and the line becomes the winter housing in our open chest, and the rest is thin forever.
Newfound system in the ghost map, face dangling and pushing lead on a whispered temper, but yet never spent. Fistful of aspirin, it's double time. Amniotic St. Quentin lands bound and mirror tight to these eyes with neglect. In this life I can't respect yours. Lay your cares over me in a million sums of sympathy. Spilled misery in the form of cancer saved in glass. Another reason to send back your black heart, parched with an empty flask. I'll tackle the act, critical to walk back through the years unscathed. The new space, savior to stage your faith. Another rewarding fucking waste of time.
It's a memory passed down through the centuries. Sound to blow your whistle out the back of your heart. Made it savory pagan. Purchase a piece of premier real estate on a curb to crack your teeth on sea. You're just a little wet building faces with your memories. A Pictionary freeze closed caption ample a prairie post picture to build your haunting in a house. Pull your eyelids out. A horse coffin conclusion for this. You'll tunnel run steam. A long dream room to wrap your face with nightmares into sleep. An empty stomach to train and remain and drain. Wizards, kids, cuss, blast, and clanks. Yours, your highness. Let's get together and remember the trends can formulate our sound.
Slow float the wind, home breathe, leaving the thing finished. Bending the soul to grow the pattern of stone. It only holds limits. Make the stairs to take the steps to plastic bags, semantics, ranting numbers over calculations, turning them into sentence. True, the heart is taken apart from business paper logistics. Stitches deep enough to render you full of rainwater and physics. Listless lips, nods a lot, nonchalant grace. The last time they spoke, it sounded like death and versions of mistakes. No,
I don't give a damn about you or the world. That's the truth. For this, I can say I'm sorry, but I won't. Why should I? You're so scared. You're like a little child under the covers. You're afraid of the boogeyman, but you can't live without him. Marvelous technology is at our disposal. Instead of reaching up to new heights, we're trying to see how far down we can go. How deep into the muck we can immerse ourselves. What do you want to talk about? You're pathetic.
BeastMaster, BeastMaster, wherever Beast goes, BeastMaster goes, BeastMaster, BeastMaster, BeastMaster and Beast. Yeah!
You can go back to your room. Thank you, Margaret.
Lend me your ears as we pass through the gates of patriot, shot down by the caretakers of predetermined ventriloquist last act. Let's let these fleas loose to suck the nectar from your blossom bone dry. A sincere slouch head cocked back, one eye closed, as late ponder the previous reanimation, the most alive I've felt. Where our hearts grow fond and memories are a collection of antiques. Don't you dare blow the dust off that statue of all my homage and horseplay.
Bottle talking broken pixel blamish, ripple land. The shallow pot of black water swallowed from the healing of a man still languishing over gasping for the next time. Welcoming stench between disposal and collecting piles in a frenzy, feel manic attempt to stain the soil with only angst. Prepares before the quarter as I whistle and heel click. The open-ended levels, file closing and clamp shut. Portions have spent away.
We're growing ourselves inside, wandering stuck. 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 In this flutter of every mammal hatched to grow wings and detached to insert destiny as a strong man with legs for arms. Try to scratch your face without a scar. Submission is admission free. I have no marksmanship award, but also close to that pinata swaying in the wind. For children to choke on bits of plastic in attempts to breathe. Only please, hello, hi. The next time the hours of the clocks click, the seconds of our dirt and destination open to scratch your guts out and in, out and in, out and in, out and in.
With nose for subject, less patient points, I pause and breathe easy with the morning prickle of death like candles in the skyline. Wander as I may, wander like I have to get all this out with enough time left from a garden and hollowing my home from a motive. The heavy shoulder burden is a sliver to leave within the skin. I poured guts from the couch vacancy. I can only alter these things so much before the road bumps catch me slipping. It's bound to happen, I still remain choked in the clean air validity.
This is an understandable vantage point, so coin the term cliche. It's a vicious cycle which likened itself to torture. Sordid lies and vacant eyes cut before contact's made. With a slate clean menial, so minimal it's sickening, thickening blood flooding like puddles to ponds. Soldering under a cloak of smoldering smoke, slowly drifting, sifting back to its own devices, precisely set to the tune of crisis. Chaos, clamor, is out of control, out of its boundaries. Click clack, sit back and enjoy the turmoil. because it went black even before the paint spoiled. See, the gumption once preceded the scowl. Hourglass, we run afoul of flight, sunk deep dark into the bowels of night. But the brightness of brash slash and burn for the turnstile latch. Catch 22, long rifle in idle hands, standing with a mandible locked and a drop cloth. Time lost correction, reflecting in on its own functions. Rejection, respect the fucking convection. See, I contemplate through spun slate draped in a bone gristle drizzle. I mean, I'm bubble goose from the root tips to the spruce top. Slot machine mechanics to dot the I's, spin the planets. Vandals locked this register, percussive dusted. I sleep sound on sewer grates, still entrusted with that old rust bucket. Combustible, these ducats won't deter my direction. I deciphered the connection at incredible decibel levels. I'm better off dead. It's been audibly pollute, beautiful beveled edge constitute to stuff the loot. But some things are better left unsaid, unsung.
Unsung, said the song of stay sung unsaid, saying suavely displaying centuries of slums, lures of sawdust and maneuvers. Look up as the storm clouds drop drippingly from the skies, enterprise of delaying storms to lands fogs off in the distance, crippling the syringes of droplets in that itch that can't kick. Swing batter, swing towards kings. This pen slices pages, fading into foghorns and frustrations filamentful, frequent and fabled to offend farce, especially vacuum-able kingdoms. Eventually visit areas karma, endeavors vanish, agility keeps. Entourage vocal this I keckle the lambs and lead lunges through punches and hooded thieves through the threshold of me, meant for the steam engines on speed without a direct path. The sidewinder swerve is comparable to a drunken polar bear's urge to smash and disturb. The beauty painted on the canvas, inexplicably campish. How did they manage to circus the first few talented urchins that open themselves for the kiss? Oh, you empress, how can we fix the position I want to uplift but fall to the ice holes where they usually fish? It seems to be hit or miss. We always enlist in a shiny new cleaver script. It seems to be hit or miss. Miss hit, hit miss. Miss hit, hit miss. I'm absent in the mind, a loss of gaming. What you looking for, what you claiming? The hole is dug and the rivers are draining. I'm absent in the mind, a loss of gaming. What you looking for, what you claiming? The hole is dug and the rivers are draining. I'm absent in the mind, a loss of gaming. What you looking for, what you claiming? What you looking for, what you claiming? What are you looking for? What are you claiming? The chainsaws of Lord, these years have been circles of flipping out of pockets. The emptiness is near and the energy is polished. A sentimental strum lust and a legend of faces in which we never may speak, but sit only your hands reach away. Touches a tender outgrown phalange, frustrated and feminine. A stripe to stripe pass upon a polyester cushion. Create a cluster of dust in an archangel. This little shark tooth with tear tendons and reestablish the voice of a lost ledger. Let's build across the pedestal a pentative hertz of pasty pontoons and a petrified fuel of four-scoring hair that falls out by the fistful. A featherweight stinkier slink down the slum the skunk in a scathing shuttlecock net burner. Blissful to speak on spun webs and Widow's Peak's pen is no more mightier in the rain. Smear forgetful little lunchbox allures to launch a head rest. The lost cause of all the fresh that was left.
You really cause some trouble in some of your past lives. I am serious every time I see you, someone's wanting to put a sword in your back or let's light him on fire and stone him. And I mean, it was just always being different.
The notes are specific. The mouth is curled to the lipstick. The nose to flare for the timid. The fist clenched for the finish. The eyes open for the limits. The ears perked for the percussion. The dust settles to the difference. The friendship is raised into dependent.
But that's because you did the underground healing, and you believed in like potions and miracles and ceremony. It's really
The love is lost for the forgiven. The birth for the future is stricken. The gun is silenced for the blade. To pity solemn for the maid. The independence crushed for the graves. Disaster prepared for the mundane. The loins left for the tame. The turmoil created to make aim. It's all the fucking same.
You've had lives in the dark side and the very light side.
Boots over jeans, boots over jeans, boots over boots over boots over boots over boots over boots over jeans, boots over jeans, boots over boots over boots over jeans, 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 boots over 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 jeans, boots over jeans, boots over boots over jeans, boots over jeans, boots over boots over jeans, boots over jeans, boots over boots over boots over boots over jeans, 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 boots over boots over jeans, boots over jeans, boots over boots over jeans, boots over jeans, boots over boots over jeans, boots over jeans, boots over. Where the dog tennis shoes go? Ladies. You know the portrait of your heart's content, the piece of paper that you poured your heart against. You know the portrait of your heart's content, the piece of paper that you poured your heart against. Just because you feel it doesn't mean it's there. So be it, what we want can never be declared. Now take a look at these glass case disease, finger melting screams. I searched every nook, clobbering the crannies, and all along she was there quietly standing, solid as a steel frame could make her. Glorious torch to light the way like a savior. But I never look up for hope or kneel to get appeal. I stomp storms, steadily trudge through the fields, the oceans, the valleys. The notion is no more presentable than an open hand. I thought if my teeth were big enough they might sink. Incorrect. The lesser the grit, the sharper the fit, the full long gasp. My heart thoughts of turnstile, tap dancing, gun gutting gurgles. I shall stay stomach substance for what shall not be concrete, cannot be mounted. If death was a cuddle, I'd be a duck. No bear hugs to trickle through folks and fend for our almighty worth. A legitimate late warmer, it hurts. Let's lunge forth my mighty mescaline drip to suffice a seared blunt crunch. Why do I care? Careful carriage caretaker. My mum, she bum, charcoal feather ball, blink, bland booth of a whisk. Here we go again. Boy, am I left aside. My mind wanders and wilts. Texas Walker wonder waltz. My symphony is striking strings and blades as arrows for the onslaught. Porridge too hot, a halt and a born again. Deep doves cry, cramp, crease, clapping, close, clever cleaner. Diabolical deviations. Split these hairs wide open and out, up and sleeping. Slap me more under the fluorescence. I am your tenacity. Let's leak over countertops, punching your full grace. Let's leave each other alone, father of all time. I'm your last halt. Let's talk about it like drawn, dreamt, dull diameters, mostly to test out your little tummy rubber. Reader of skull, skeptic scuttle. I'm here again, waiting to be up to my ankles in her winter majesty to blow ice through the teeth. Her winter's majesty to blow ice through the teeth. Her winter's majesty to blow ice through the teeth. Her winter's majesty to blow ice through the teeth. Mum mum sheep, 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 mum mum sheep. You know the portrait of your heart's content, the piece of paper that you poured your heart against. You know the portrait of your heart's content, the piece of paper that you poured your heart against. Just because you feel it doesn't mean it's there. So be it. What we want can never be declared. Declared, 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 declared. And as I walk the darkest streets at night alone, I feel no more of a need to speak than the rush from hours of belief. A sure shot to shepherd the rest of our bodies. They say she was a gift from France. I can't believe I couldn't find her angelic stretch sooner. A sign that needs sublet. I don't want another happy ending, descending to it for us and them. As I twist through the wind's crush, leaving impressions in the skin, no marks too conceptual to free this. I've shed tears and I've lost blood. Wounds are best as scars years hug. It's like finishing will never end. The beginning again, we're beginning again. I've shed tears and I've lost blood. Wounds are best as scars years hug. It's like finishing will never end. We're beginning again, we're beginning again. I've shed tears and I've lost blood. Wounds are best as scars years hug. It's like finishing will never end. The beginning again, we're beginning again. It always starts with a blank page. Slowly the hand begins with a simple scratch. Ink marks leave miles cross-hatch over cross-hatch, with only bits of white to peek from. A figure emerges, the face into script. But what was clear was the claws for hands, the shadow of a man, searching and standing in a puddle of tears, filled from his eyes above. The only color on the page was from the pool below, a deep rose red. He has been bleeding from his eyes all of this time. All it can mean is that it's time to say goodbye. Goodbye.
Hello? Hello? Is this my boy Lou? Otherwise known as the BeastMaster? Listen, what, are you out on a hot date? You playing around with some young groupie or something? What are you doing? Well, anyway, this is your daddy calling. And I'm very, very, very interested to talk to you. So, BeastMaster, give me a call, and we'll see what's up. I've got a list here, a to-do list, things to do. We got a lot to get done, so you better be calling me pretty darn soon. Okay. Congratulations on your European tour, by the way. I hear it's booking up very solidly and that you've got a lot of play dates. And I just can't tell you how proud your mom and I are about that new record contract you just got. And you're probably going to be famous. I just hope you remember where you came from, because your mom and dad love you. Okay. And your stepmom loves you, too. And your mom's dogs, the greyhounds, I know they love you. And, of course, my poodle really loves you. It's like, I think you're kind of a poodle kind of guy, really. All right. So I guess that's all I got to say. I hope it's enough, okay? And I hope you do call your dad once in a while, because, you know, I'm very lonely and I'm out here all by myself. Okay, bye.
Growl at that pussy before you make it purr. Make that pussy purr. Make that pussy purr. Growl at that pussy before you make it purr. Make that pussy purr. Make that pussy purr. Growl at that pussy before you make it purr. Make that pussy 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 purr.
Yeah, bitch. Yeah, bitch. I know you're feeling little Jimmy. All in it, mashed potato, get skinny. Girl, do it like get that shit sticky. Make a face like Little Richard, my ninja kick slicky. Wanna choke you, bitch, punch your left hit. Start a chat room, bout your clitoris. You're a puppet, shake the coochie doo-doo. Got pussy coordinates like Mr. Solo. Take a bitch out to eat at Denny's. Serve her with the sausage meal, yeah, she eat plenty. Maple syrup, dookie booty, king tut. Make like altar boys and get that dick suck. Hoover vacuum, snake holes, got attachment for you hoes. Bitch, smell the jello. Dick like Mr. Ed till you feel real slippy. Rest it on your head, bitch, work it good. Put it on your nose, smell the truth, bitch. Smell the truth, bitch.
Growl at that pussy before you make it purr. Make that pussy purr. Make that pussy purr. Growl at that pussy before you make it purr. Make that pussy purr. Make that pussy purr. Growl at that pussy before you make it purr. Make that pussy 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 purr.
BeastMaster, bitch. I'm a paddle with a fanny pack. Got you taped and bound. Cha-cha-cha. Put the lotion in the basket, bitch. Gonna paint you nude with the dainty ass hue. Scented candles, roses on my face. Love the taste of the lace. Good. Baked on cookies, boiled in cakes. Frying chicken on the front lawn. Jay's Lounge, some umbrella, bitch. Gold chain, pimp bitches like I'm shaved. Got a glorious maple brown syrup drizzle. Love you, stick it in my top 5. I got 20 phones, that's 100 top 5s, bitch. Do the math, bitch. I did. Look at my pirate ship. I'm gonna scurve you. Drop them anchors, set them sails on my booty. And a big old mass. And the pearl set eye patch. Winking at you. When I really can't stare. When I really can't stare. When I really can't stare.
Bitch, I'm hefty, bone was swollen at you. Love the way I hug ya. I'll heave a brick at your baby mama. Fresh out the pinta, blind choking a prison hole with a smelly bandana. Rambo fucking a bitch with a combat knife to the throat and a wet towel in the savannah. I'm just a pimp hampering booties with baby powder and sandpaper. Quick to break a dinner plate over a hoochie's face for the cheddar. Change chimney, Santa, slide down your sweater. Quick to cowboy kick a trick in the chest for the small bling. While your mama feeds me kettle corn on a leather sofa. Naked on a swing set, sweaty with a glass eye beaming at your body. Country bitches love me, rub me down even when I'm oily and stubby. Fuck me if I'm ugly, girl I'm hella nasty. Sexy, hella sweaty, messy. Undress me, wrestle with my testes while I scream jiggly cream. While I scream jiggly cream.
Don't drop the cat, drop the pussy, I'm a mousetrap. Don't drop the cat, drop the pussy, I'm a mousetrap. Don't drop the cat, drop the pussy, I'm a mousetrap. Don't drop the cat, drop the pussy, I'm a mousetrap.
Don't drop the cat, drop the pussy, I'm a mousetrap.
Now when you hear those sirens ringing, there's not much you can do. So the other day I was taking a walk when I came across a rattle. Now this wasn't your everyday rattle. It was fashioned with some bones, twine, and feathers. And when I picked it up, it bit me. Naturally I said ouch, put it in my backpack. Cause if it's gonna bite me, imagine what I can train it to do to everyone else. Wrapped in a brown paper sack like a small child, I pondered, looking at it, feeding it chitlins. A few days later, I realized something. This rattle isn't an inside, I don't know, but it's no name for it, so I'll call you Martin. Martin, the inanimate round rattle, handle carved from a deer bone with handmade twine wrapped between delicate grooves around the handle. A punctured hole held feathers with a swatch of leather. Now the round part where the rattle noise departs was the inwardly hinged like a jaw to clamp and grab. Once you tickle the under rattle of Martin, you see the rattle's noise is not but hardened beans encased in a nucleus type of shell. Jello to the touch. When the jaw closes, jello turns hard as stone, in which the shaken rattles. Now upon cleaning Martin, I found a beautiful pair of blue eyes under a dusty shell. Then upon further examination, a little curled set of nostrils and those teeth, depending on the feeling of Martin, inverted between razors and marshmallow consistency. The only language mustered out of those bone-carved lips were ancient and undescribable, except by this recording. So, the training begins. Simple, really. He started to like me, so any other person that came near would get bitten. No training required. The lesson of this story over a gas lamp is simple. Pick up things that bite you, and pretty soon they'll like you. You can't break something that's already broken. 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 But you might be able to fix something that's already broken. You never know. You never know.